Did you know you can make fantastic barbecue baby back ribs without a smoker in your home oven? Well, you can, and here's how I make mine. Here are the ribs I'm going to use. This is just a supermarket bought rack of baby back ribs. These are pork. This was only $15, so this is also a cost-effective meal to make. I'm just going to start to wipe these down with a paper towel to take some of the moisture off of them. They've been sitting in a bag, so it's just easier to kind of go about do that. It also helps the binder stick. There's also a membrane here on the bottom of the ribs. I find it easier to just get a butter knife and try to get in there underneath that membrane. You're going to want to pull that membrane off because it's super tough and it's not fun to eat. But once you get a butter knife under it, you're going to want to just grab it with a paper towel and then you could pull it all the way off. It's super easy to do. They make tools for this, but you do not need it. Just use a paper towel, just like that. Now to start the seasoning process, we're going to need a barbecue rub. Some people like to make their own, some people don't. I personally don't, so I like to buy just your store-bought barbecue rub. And you're going to need a binder to get it to stick onto the meat. I'm going to use yellow mustard. Some people just use olive oil. Whatever you're comfortable with, go ahead and give it a try. I think mustard works really nice with a rack of ribs, especially pork ribs. And then we're just going to really slather on that spice rub. Really pat it in with your hand, flip it over, get both sides really well. More the merrier. It's going to seem like a lot, but trust me, after you cook it for 2 or 3 hours, put barbecue sauce onto it, it really just adds to that flavor and it is not overpowering. So don't be afraid to kind of over rub it in. You want to get the sides also. You'll see when I flip this back over, right here on the left side of the screen, I missed that whole section of that side of the rib, which I fix when it's in the oven, but you can see that's the importance. Make sure you're getting all the sides. And now we're just going to throw this onto a baking sheet lined with foil, and at this point, it's ready to go into your oven. If the rack is a little too long, just put it in an angle. Totally fine, and we're going to slide it into that oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to keep it kind of middle-low so it's not too hot in the oven. We're going to let this go for around an hour, and at that hour mark, I'm going to pull it out, and as you can see, there's a lot of moisture coming out of it, which I don't want to lose. So I'm going to tent it with another piece of tin foil, which is going to hopefully help keep that moisture in that rack of ribs. And now I'm going to throw it back in for another hour. I'm going to also drop it down to 325 just so it doesn't get too hot. Now here we are at around the hour and 45 minute mark. You can see they're looking beautiful, that moisture sticking around. I'm going to use a toothpick to slide into the meat just to see if it slides in fairly effortlessly, and that way you know that the meat is starting to get nice and tender. At that point, I put them back in the oven, raised it to 450 degrees, and left them uncovered to start to try to build up a little bit of a bark on the top. You can see they're at about 190 degrees, which is right where I want them. I'm going to slide them off of that foil now. And look, you can see that good kind of lean jiggle of that meat. That's what you're looking for. That's how you know it's getting nice and tender. And now we're going to slather some sauce on these and throw them back in the oven. I'm using the sauce that matched the spice rub I was using. You can use whatever sauce you like. Totally fine. And you want to get it on there fairly liberally. We're going to paint it with a brush. If you don't have that, just use the glove hand and you'll be totally fine. We're going to coat it all over, try to get every little nook and cranny, get every corner, get every side. And the goal is to throw that back in at 450 degrees for 5 or 10 minutes and let it kind of bubble, let the sugars in that sauce caramelize and get nice, and that's what you're looking for right there. You can see there's a little bubbling, it gets a little bit brown and crispy in areas. That is a perfect rack of ribs. Let that cool down for about 10-15 minutes just so it's easy to handle. I'm going to pull it off of that foil and we're going to cut it up and taste it. These ribs are very tender. I'm not looking for falling off the bone. If you have a smoker, that's great, but having them fall off the bone in the oven is going to overcook them. So what I'm looking for here is that they are tender, they stay on the bone nicely, but when you bite into them, it pulls off effortlessly. That's how you know you cooked them well. And now let's take a bite of this and find out if that's what I achieved. But they look juicy, they're perfect, and this is all cooked right in your home oven. But now let's take that bite. You can see the meat pulled off beautifully. I didn't have to chew or tear, it just came off. That is tender and cooked perfectly. It doesn't need to fall off the bone, it just needs to be tender, and that's what we achieved. Give it a try.